Good morning. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a good one. We have a great show lined up for you guys with a lot of tea. Hold on, I'm missing something. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'll set it up after. It's fine. All right, but good morning. Happy Friday to everybody. Let's speak to everybody right quick since we got a little time. Thank y'all for coming in. Please go ahead and tap on the like for me if you can so that we can push this video to the algorithm. All right. Good morning, Rose. Rose is here first. My top flight. Good morning. Hey, Sheila Washington. Cheryl Williams is in the building. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, my other top flight. Tef is in the building. Hey, hey. Felicia BW is here. Janet Driscoll is here. April Art and Virgo is here. If y'all need a good art in your life, holler at April. She got you. Nikki P, good morning. Linda Slayer is here. Betty Brockington is here. Good morning. Rosalind Davis, good morning. Sending love from Mississippi. Yes, come on in here, Mississippi. Deborah Banks, good morning. Sexy Brown Bone is in the building. Good morning. Say good morning, gang. Good morning. We are in the building. Yes. Miss Jackson Notary Services here. If y'all need some notary services done, holler at Miss Jackson. She got you. All right. Support Black business. C. Lewis is in the building. Good morning. Carolyn Russell is here. Hey, Tam C. Good morning. Carolyn Johnson, good morning. Say hey, good morning. Good morning to everyone coming in. We're going to go ahead and get our show started. Miss Arthur Johnson is in the building this morning as well. Thanks for being here, love. Let's get started. Yes, honey, we support Black business. You are always over here supporting me. I'm gonna shout you out. Y'all go ahead and holler at Miss Jackson Notary Service, all right? Because we always need something notarized, right? So go ahead and holler at her. She got you. Let's get into our show. Of course, everything said in this video is alleged. We got a lot of tea to spill on y'all this morning. All right. So hope you guys got your cups up like this because I'm gonna be running through just pouring the tea. All right. Sorry if it don't get in your cup. I'm sorry. Okay, because I'm pouring it. Now let me stop. But happy Friday, everybody. Let's get into it. Everything said is alleged. And in my opinion, meaning don't take none of this shit personal. Let's get into it. All right, we do have a rest in peace to dish out this morning. I hate doing those, but this person, you guys know who she is. She is a journalist. All right, very good journalist too. Was a very good journalist. All right, but let's get into her. Jasmine Brandt is reporting condolences to celebrity journalist Flo Anthony. You guys, she has passed away at age 74 after breaking barriers for Black entertainment reporters. Okay, you guys see that? This is her. Yes, y'all may remember her in the blonde hair. All right, but that's her. Good morning and happy Friday again to everybody. But let's get into it. This is some very sad news. All right, so Florence Flo Anthony, the journalist who spent decades bringing back Black celebrity news into the mainstream, has passed away at age 74 after a battle with cancer. Okay, damn, cancer is taking a lot of people out of here. Anthony passed away on August the 6th. That was yesterday. According to Jack Hirsch, biographer for her husband, former heavyweight champion Michael Spinks, it says that the couple had been together since 1987. Wow. Long time. The Howard University graduate began writing for the Philadelphia Sun before becoming the first African American reporter in the New York Post Page Six department. She later became the first African American celebrity columnist for the National Examiner. All right, her syndicated Go with Flo column appeared in the New York Amsterdam News for more than 2 decades and was published by several other outlets. Anthony later worked with the New York Daily News and led Black New York and Black Elegance magazine. Okay. Before journalism, she handled publicity for boxing legends Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, and Spinks. It said that she later became a familiar television commentator and hosted Gossip to Go with Flo and Flo Anthony Big Apple Buzz. All right. Anthony published 4 novels, including Keeping Secrets, Telling Lies, and Last Call for Deadly Diva. Said we send our condolences to her family and friends. Absolutely. All right. That's greatness right there. So, yes, y'all send your condolences to her. Let's move along, honey. All right, let's get into Tyrese, child. Oh, I really had to make myself talk about him today because, baby, listen. Tyrese stays a mess, don't he? But he is our own. So we got to talk about him. All right, got to talk about Tyrese. I think Tyrese moves a little too fast in his relationships. I think he's one of those people who is an emotionally needy person. Okay. We've seen him many times hop on social media, sharing his personal business, crying on social media, just spazzing out, crashing out. We've seen plenty of videos of that. But we're going to go ahead and get into him this morning because he did an interview with the Morning Hustle. Says that Tyrese says that he doesn't think that he moved on too fast after his ex-wife, Samantha. He says that my mama died. Am I supposed to be home alone? Again, let's go ahead and get into what he had to say. We'll share some of this. All right.
People say that there's a process that you need to go through to get into another situation, and that's a healing process, right? It seems like we don't know the timeline as well as you do, obviously, but it does seem like you moved on rather quickly when it came to another relationship.
No. I think it's not in everybody's cards to be alone when they go through some real shit, I think what happens is people project their process off onto you. Mm-hmm. If your mama died, like mine's died, God forbid, you're supposed to be around your family. Yes. You're supposed to do whatever it takes to make sure that you emotionally get to the other side.
Right.
My mama died. Am I supposed to be at home alone?
No. Right, I understand.
Does my process of healing look the same way as yours do? No. It doesn't.
Right.
Some people go clubbing, partying. Some people want to travel and go to India and go on a spiritual retreat. That ain't for me. Mm-hmm. I never wanted to go to the club. I didn't want to be a 44-year-old nigga in the club, even though I could afford everything. Mm-hmm. What is that?
Right.
What does that look like for me? I don't drink. I don't smoke. I'm not finna go pop up at everybody's house and be in everybody's studio session just to go busy myself up so I can look like I'm all right.
Right.
My process is my process.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I think I have a problem, and I'm not saying that to you. I have a problem with people who create what I'm supposed to do with my life, mm-hmm.
right.
with my process. My process for healing don't look like anybody else's, nor should yours.
Mm-hmm.
We are the morning.
I kind of agree a little bit with what he's saying. A lot of times, and I'm gonna always push this because it worked for me. Okay, I told you guys when my dad died, I went through grief counseling. I've never even thought about no grief counseling, never been to grief counseling until it happened to me. And it just really teaches you how to place those feelings and how to move past that. Because a lot of times when you're going through grief, you will look for any type of emotional support from anywhere. A lot of people will go and grab a girlfriend, boyfriend, thinking that that's, oh my God, this is what I need. I lost this person, so let me replace this person emotionally with this feeling, right? So sometimes that can be a good and bad thing, right? Sometimes you just meet people sporadically, but I don't want to meet someone when I'm grieving because I don't feel like my emotions can be true enough to give them my real self because I don't really know who I am in this moment. I'm hurt. I'm feeling like something is missing inside. And sometimes you can replace someone else with that grief or that loss that you're dealing with. And ultimately it can be a negative impact later on down the line. So you got to be real careful with how you treat yourself and how you present yourself when you're dealing with grief, right? I feel like Tyrese, and we've seen it many, many times, that he is a very emotional man. He is. He's very emotional in every aspect. Like every little thing is a trigger for him. What more do you want from me? Like we remember that, the infamous video when he got on there screaming and hollering, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on here, right? We do know that he was really crashing out bad when his ex-wife Samantha filed for divorce, and I told you guys that she waited until she knew Tyrese was going to fly out for some movie he was going to film, and as soon as he got to the airport and she found out that he did, his plane did take off, that's when she had the moving company come and move all of her things out for she and her baby that she and Tyrese just had. She She just couldn't take no more of his shit. Right? We don't know why people break up, but she chose to leave when he chose to fly out somewhere to go to work. When he came home, she and the baby were gone. And I always said there must have been a reason why she left that way. Maybe had she tried to leave when he was home, it would have been a problem. He would have tried to stop her, block the door. We know how things happen, right? When a person don't want you to leave. Obviously, he did not get over it in the way that he should have, because he kept talking about it. He wrote songs about it. He refused to pay child support, which ultimately got him locked up. Like, Tyrese was doing the fucking most behind this marriage. Now, I'm not saying he didn't love her, but I feel like maybe sometimes you can love a person more than you love yourself, and that can be a tragedy in itself, right? Self-love is the best love. I feel like Tyrese kind of lost himself. And a lot of times when you lose a person as close to you as like a parent, it kind of will make you kind of act erratically if you don't get the necessary help that you need to get. And I feel like sometimes people get so busy. I don't have time to go to therapy. You got to make time. Shit, I'm busy too. But I went to every single session, and I promise you it worked out for me. Right? It really did. Because I'm not the type of person who is emotional. I didn't even cry at the funeral. Everybody else around me was crying, and I'm just sitting. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. I don't know why. I wanted to cry. I just could not cry. But it took a moment to where I had to go to therapy for a while and kind of tap into feelings I didn't even know were there. And it just hit me one day. I was home doing something. It just hit me, and I'm listening to music, and boom, just my face just got wet, and I was just like, why the fuck am I crying? And it took my husband having to tell me, baby, it's okay to cry. Like, it don't make you a punk. Like, I don't know why I don't like to cry, y'all, but it just took it just like a flood of something came over me one day, and I just had to get that out of me. Crying cleanses the soul. I had to learn that. All right. That's not my first go-to is to cry, but it takes me a while whenever I feel like I need to cleanse my soul. And we all need to get there. But Tyrese, baby, I do feel like you do grab women and people to have in your life to kind of, sustain you from shit that you're going through. And I feel like this girl that's with you is collateral damage. I'm sorry. Maybe she loves you, but I feel like she came into your life at a time when you were missing your ex-wife and you wanted her to come back. And then you met this girl and you replaced her with your ex-wife who you were still in love with, but you were more so mad with for leaving you. That's a dangerous thing. But let's move on. Because grief comes in many levels. All right. You could have been dealing with a grief with losing your wife and child. Right? Y'all know how that shit works. Let's move on though, child. Ain't nothing wrong with crying. It does not make you a punk. I had to learn that. Let's get into Peter Thomas, because he has spoken up about something going on with him and Todd. Let's get into that. He's very emotional though. I don't like emotional men. I just don't. I do not like emotional men. But let's get into it. Peter Thomas, let's go.
So I'm watching this thing on social media, and I just talked to Todd, so I'm putting my shit on Instagram because I'm bored. And Todd came up. He's talking about what's the appropriate age to date. And what his friends are telling him. What I could tell you, Todd, I've dated people that's old, and I've dated people that's young. Never younger than what I'm dating now. Never younger than 32 years old. But there's maturity in young people, and there's stupidity in old people. So you just got to find the one that gets you and you get them. Somebody that you like. Not just love. You got to like them. And then invest in that person. If they're investing in you. I got lucky, and I hope I don't fuck it up. But there's no real appropriate age, to be honest with you. You just got to find the maturity in whoever you're dating. And that's what it is. So I'm watching this thing on social media, and I just talked to Todd.
So he's talking about the video that Todd did the other day when he was saying that, like social media guys, y'all help me out. What's the appropriate age for you to introduce, a significant other to your children? You guys, like I said the other day, he and Candy have finally finalized their divorce. The two of them are doing their own thing. Candy doesn't appear to be dating anyone. Todd is always around women, right? every time you see Todd out, he got some woman in his face. But I don't know. Maybe he met somebody that he's grown to like, that he's kind of getting a little serious with, and he's asking what's the appropriate time, range to introduce said person to your kids. You got to be very careful with that, like I said the other day, because sometimes kids, they're still going through the healing phase as well. So you can't be selfish in that regard to want to hurry up and introduce them to somebody, because they're still processing feelings as well when a divorce is in place, right? Children go through the divorce with the parents. I know people don't think so, but they do. They do, because in their mind, they just want to see mom and dad together. So when there's a separation, it's kind of like a death for them. They also have to heal. So sometimes it's good to take your kids to therapy as well. I mean, Melody did it when she and Martell went through their divorce. They're still going through therapy because their daddy's a punk ass bitch out here. Yeah, I said it. Fight me. But at the end of the day, again, therapy, I'm going to keep pushing it. I'm going to keep pushing therapy because that's essential. But you have to do it in the right time. Timing is everything when you're making any type of move in your life, whether it's dating, a business decision, whatever the case may be, spending a large sum of money, buying a new car, a purchase of a new home, anything that you do, timing has to be in alignment, in the right alignment, mind you, with whatever you're trying to do, right? And dating is no different, right? Dating is no different. There's nothing wrong with dating, but especially when you are introducing said person to your children, you want to make sure it's the right person. Make sure you date them and know who you're introducing to your kids as well. Because sometimes you can jump the gun too fast. I'm sorry y'all had a one night stand and you think you know this person. You kind of don't. That's probably not a great time to introduce said person, and then y'all situation gets fucked up and you didn't introduce this person to your kids. Now you got to reintroduce them to somebody else because this situation didn't work out. Now that while they're processing, getting to like this person and know this person has been ripped out of their life while they're still dealing with the divorce from mom and dad. So y'all see how we as parents sometimes can continue to develop patterns of toxicity for our children when they're going through healing processes as well, right? Let's move along. We ain't gonna stay on it too long. Well, I feel like I'm being a therapist today. I don't know. All right, so let's get into this Papoose bullshit that I ran across. Girl, this is tea. So, Clarissa, I hope you're watching this show today, because the nigga that you think you know, I don't think you do. So we're going to help you know him today, all right? Because he's been a fuck nigga for quite some time. And we're going to go ahead and break this thing down for you like a little 57 Chevy, if you will. I don't know, I'm feeling hella messy this morning, but we about to get into this because, girl, I ran across some bullshit. Now, I think I kind of talked about this a while back, about Papoose not being faithful while Remy was locked up, because it was said and alleged that he got some girl pregnant, meaning that you was out here balls deep in some girl unprotected. That's what that means. All right, so let's get into it. This girl named Topanga, Lord God bless her mother for naming her that, okay? And he do like them hard-faced bitches out here too, and I gotta call him that. She's very hard in the face, if you will, okay? Remy, you was kind of hard in the face till you got some stuff done. Not to be too messy. Clarissa, you a little hard in the face too, like you've been hit in the face with a bag of nickels and whatnot. But Topanga is her name, so we're gonna get into it. She has something to say. She's calling out Papoose. Let's get into it. All right, we're gonna look at some comments too, because I was being nosy. That's my thing. I screenshot, right? Yeah, she's hard in the face, girl. She's hard. Girl, she harder than arithmetic in the face. Harder than arithmetic in the face, girl. But so that says, she says, I want to clear the air, girl. Now, when they want to clear the air, that's when they about to tell your shit. And that's when I come in. Because, girl, says that I want to clear the air because I'm honestly confused why something from over 15 years ago is being recycled, right? Girl, talk about it because I love it. Says that my name is Topanga. Ooh, girl. Sound like something you catch on your feet. And I have never, not once said that Papoose was my daughter's father. Woo, girl. Now, said that narrative is false. I reached out and asked for a DNA test for one reason only, to prove that he was not the damn father. There is a big difference. Ooh, girl, let's get into it. Y'all following me? Said that yes, we were involved over a decade, including during the time that Remy Ma was incarcerated. Now, we all know that Remy and Papoose were married. Now, Papoose, this ain't the first time you done up and stepped out on Remy while your ass was on the video the other day trying to act like you Mr. Faithful and whatnot. Whole time you was cheating with Clarissa with a second phone. Now this lady here said you've been balls deep up in her for over a damn decade. And during the time that you was saying that you was holding Remy down, but you holding something else down and holding somebody's legs up. is what it sounds like. Said that when rumors and questions came up, I expected the man who claimed to care about me to stand up, clear the air, and handle it like a man. Well, when he's a bitch, he can't be a man, right? Said instead he refused to take the test and refused to defend me when my actual child's father confronted the situation. Now, girl, he didn't want to take that test because he was scared, right? Because he didn't want that child support to have to come out. Because y'all know child support comes after validity of the child being yours. So it said that night escalated into something physical after I had just left the club with him. So she done went upside his head smooth, something serious, right? After he wanted to act the fool coming up out the club. She said that was my breaking point. So she sounded like she's a violent one. And a hard-faced one at that. Did I tell y'all that? Said that's when I realized that I had been placed in a position where I was left to deal with, that I was left to deal with, and I'm not here to up and argue. She don't want to argue, she just want to fight, right? She said, I'm here to set the record straight. Let's keep going, girl. This is juicy. She says, if my name keeps being brought up, I will continue to respond calmly, clearly, and with the damn facts. At Geisha 305, I respect you and what you're doing, yet, God darn it, you about to make me dig up receipts. I'm talking over 12 years, okay? OMB. Who is that? One team begged me not to speak on it or show the receipts so that he won't lose his deal with Remy. LOL. Well, shit now. Says that all. Girl. No comma, no nothing. Y'all, and I promise I can read real good, and y'all know I can. Baby, all these run on sentences, baby. Hold on. So I'm promising not to lose a deal with Remy. LOL. Well, shit now. That all the shit out of the bag that I let the world know back then, huh? Ooh, girl, Said that this cheating shit been going on for real. And ain't no black love back then, during, or now. Everything a fake. Ooh, girl. And for social media shaking my head, I'm definitely a fan. Ooh, girl. I'm not, though. I'm not a fan because your ass can't read or write out here. Let's keep going. Had me out here sounding like my ass can't read. All right, so this is them. I told you he like them hard-faced ones, girl. You need a little Noxzema on here too, because that ain't giving. But and you got on like contacts, they ain't help you, girl. It didn't. And them chopped up bangs, that ain't help either. But here's Papoose child booed up while Remy is doing her good time in the penitentiary down there. All right, this is a hard-faced heifer he was cheating with. Looking like she could have been his mama and whatnot. Yeah, he like him hard in the face, baby. You ain't hard in the face, baby, he ain't gonna put his face in the place. That's what it's giving. All right. Clarissa, that's why he with you. Because when you got on the makeup, girl, you look like one of the homies and whatnot. He like that. But let's get into let's finish, child. Let's look at some comments. All right, so this person says, I felt betrayed, I felt misled, girl, and astray. She felt betrayed, misled, and astray out here, girl. I felt like loyalty only applied when it benefited him. In my experiences, he has always been unfaithful. Ooh, Papoose, did you know that? Said it, as for the attacks on appearances, let's end that narrative. Okay, girl, we ain't gonna end that because I just saw your picture. All right. So Topanga, girl, keeps going on, and she says, I want to clear the air because I'm honestly confused why something from over 15 years is being recycled. Says that my name is Topanga. I cannot. She says, Topanga says that I have never once said that Papoose was my daughter's father. That narrative is false. That I reached out and asked for DNA tests. All right, so we read all that. So I'm just making sure I ain't missed nothing. All right, so here she says that she was messing with him while Remy was incarcerated. You ain't never talked about this, Papoose. Why you ain't never addressed this, all right? All right, so I'm making sure I ain't never leave nothing out. Shout out to what's going on. Okay. All right, so I'm just showing y'all you see what Topanga was in the damn comments down there, child. All right, so she said, I did not build my name off drama. I had my own following before I even understood how social media monetization worked. She said, I'm not chasing clout. I'm correcting misinformation. All right. So that's it and that's all. What y'all think about that? So this girl has pretty much put it out there that Papoose, Topanga, honey, that Papoose was not faithful to Remy and that she was messing with him the entire time that Remy ass was locked up. And there was question that the baby that she, and it's a little girl, and I think I showed y'all the pictures way back. I got to go dig them up because I know I still got them. That this little girl that she had was possibly Papoose's baby, which means Papoose, she was sleeping with this woman unprotected. Allegedly, right? Because how else is she going to get pregnant? You ain't shoot across the room. But yeah. What y'all think about that when Miss Topanga coming out and airing out Papoose? So Papoose, you really haven't been faithful. And y'all out here on this whole black love thing, black love. Nah, nigga, you was out here really doing the most while Remy was locked up. And she exposed your ass to say that she walked up on you, even talking to Clarissa on a second phone she didn't even know you had, where you fell asleep on the phone with her. And that's how she knew that you was even cheating with Clarissa during that time. And Clarissa was following her and act like she was a friend. And complimenting Remy in the comments on her outfits and stuff, only to go back and try to dress just like her. But yeah, you have created a very, very bad situation. Not Clarissa running around, oh, I want to have a child by him. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. We already told y'all what that was. I don't believe shit about that. But let's move along. Yeah, that's a hot-ass mess. But he loved them hard-faced heifers, though. He do. Hard-faced heifer. Let's move along. Let's get into this Nolan Wells stuff, child. All right, now we got a little mess out the way. Let's get into this Nolan Wells stuff. Shout out to Revolutionary News 314. The Cajun Navy report confirms that there isn't any credible evidence. Oh, really? Said that Nolan was still alive after 4:30 on July the 4th. Okay, let's read. The Cajun Navy released a report that contradicts all the narratives released by his so-called friends. It said that they couldn't find any evidence that Nolan was still alive after his so-called friends left the island. They said that witnesses are saying there was a fight that happened over Nolan's phone before it disappeared. Still no arrests have been made, but the CTO call has all the evidence needed to hold everything involved or everyone involved accountable. And it does, right? So we already heard that. I don't want to play it again because I'm tired of hearing it. All right, so let's keep going. This is a build up for the tea. All right, let's get into some Nancy Grace talk because y'all know we love her over here, honey, when she's talking right. Y'all be talking right though, Nancy. I ain't gonna play you over here if you ain't talking right. All right, so let's get into Miss Teslin Figaro because I like her as well. She's very informational in this case with Nolan Wells as well. Let's get into it. She is talking to Nancy Grace, and let's get into it.
To Teslin Figaro, what is Nolan's mother's theory about what happened in light of these tapes?
Before we even had the tapes, her theory is I told my son, I've raised my son just like I've raised my 19-year-old the same way, Nancy, like I'm sure you raise your children. Come back with the people you went with. Her theory has always been that he is a fantastic swimmer, that he is an athlete. Her theory has always been that he did not drown. Her theory has always been that there's something wrong with this picture. Her theory has always been that the fact that, he left his phone and left his keys. Her theory has also always been that he did not just go off with some random stranger and say, guys, don't worry about it. Just leave me on an island. Her theory is the same thing before this audio. This audio only confirms what this mother already knew.
Back to Teslin Figaro. What is Nolan's...
So now we hear that. He was an excellent swimmer. Y'all hear that? So this drowning shit, come on. Not to say that a person who's an excellent swimmer can't drown, because they said that Malcolm Jamal Warner was an excellent swimmer, but he got caught up in the riptide. And sometimes, that water will beat you down and make you tired. And once the riptide take you under and pull you further into the ocean, sometimes, even the greatest swimmers will, drown. So it's not to say that he could not have drowned because he's an excellent swimmer. But in that type of water, from what I've seen, videos that I've seen, I don't know, right? I feel like his body was placed where they found it. I don't feel like he died on Horn Island. I feel like something happened someplace else, and we'd already heard that they went back out there. So I feel like that's probably when his body was placed, allegedly, hypothetically, and maybe, all right? But y'all let me know what y'all think about that. There's so many different elements to this case. I do want to play some of what Judge Carlos Moore, who is also helping cover this. He is from Mississippi. He has been talking about this case. I started following him from day one once I started hearing his videos and his take on this Nolan Wells investigation. He is a judge. He knows a lot about this. He said that there should have been arrests by now, and I think that's factual as well. Should have been some arrests, especially after the Sea Tow captain's video or audio came out with them actually talking on the boat, and they mentioned Nolan's name, and Bart's name is mentioned. We're going to look at Bart's mom, who just came out to defend her son as well. This long post, we're going to read it so that you guys can hear what she has to say. She's trying to say her son had nothing to do with it, but bitch, your son's name was mentioned in the sea captain's audio, where they were screaming in the background and asking, was Nolan unalived? All right, but let's get into what Judge Carlos Moore has to say. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link so that you guys can listen further if you guys want to before we get into it, because he gives some really, really good content. All right, shout out to him. All right, let's get into what he has to say.
Good evening, friends. I'm the People's Judge, Carlos Moore, coming from Atlanta to you live this evening, calling to speak, coming in just to speak to you about the latest update on the Nolan Wells death investigation. So come on in. We're day 30, the 30th day since Nolan Wells was found dead on Horn Island off the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. So we want to give you an update. Come on in, share this with your friends. As I've told you time and time again, I am a former judge out of the state of Mississippi. I was on the municipal bench in both Clarksdale, Mississippi, as well as Grenada, Mississippi. I'm currently a licensed attorney in the state of Tennessee, and I currently reside in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm coming to you this evening to give you the latest update on the case from the various reports that's been publicly disclosed. So we want to share what's happened so far. 30 days, no arrest. That's a sad state of affairs. Mm-hmm. No arrest, no named suspects, no named persons of interest. We know very, very little. We do know more than we knew on July the 6th, but there are still a lot of unanswered questions as to what actually happened to Nolan Wells. What we do know is that the circumstances surrounding his death are very suspicious. They continue to get more suspicious by the day. And the evidence continues to be compiled. I do believe at this point, as I believed nearly some 2 or 3 weeks ago, that there is enough available information for some type of an arrest or an arrest to be made by this point. An arrest or several arrests could have been made by this point, from my perspective. We do not have to wait until the grand jury makes this decision about whether or not there's an indictment or a true bill. There could have been arrests made for various crimes by this point, but that has not been done. And the question is why? Why not? Nolan Wells' life mattered, and he deserves to be given the due diligence that a white life that suspiciously died in Mississippi would have been given. So what do we know? We know that Nolan Wells went to Horn Island, Mississippi with a group of friends on a boat on July the 4th. We know that group of friends returned to the mainland safely later on July the 4th, and Nolan Wells did not return. We know that he was not reported missing until about 11 p.m. on July the 4th. We know that there was allegedly a call made to Sea Tow on July the 4th after 4:30 p.m. by one of the so-called friends of Nolan Wells, announcing that they were sinking and asking for a towboat, a sea towboat, to come to their rescue. We know that that call was initially made by a young person We understand that the young person's grandfather may have called and canceled the request for the towboat, and the CTO says they never reported to the scene.
Indeed.
We do know that there was some chatter captured on the audio that CTO released, and it's been enhanced by audio engineers and others. Some that did not even use AI, but used the professional mechanisms that they learned in school to enhance the audio to hear clearly, to reduce the background noise and listen to exactly what the chatter said. If you believe the audio, you would come to the conclusion likely that Nolan Wells was likely on the boat, on the boat that the individual called about in distress and said that boat was sinking. The individual told the dispatcher that there were about seven people living, alive, breathing people on the boat. And I thought that was an odd response, but that is what was said. So that has been the most significant piece of evidence that's come out within the last 30 days is the audio. And that's significant in that allegedly several friends of Nolan said they last saw him around 3 p.m. on Horn Island, and they had not seen him since that time. Katie said that she last saw Nolan and that he told her he was going back to shore, going back to the mainland with the friends that he came with, or the friends he went to the island with. So those same set of friends said that he stayed on the island to be with Katie and did not get on a boat with them. But the audio seems to indicate something different. And so we need to know whether Nolan did leave on Horn Island. Did he get on a boat, the boat that was called about in distress, or was it a boat that passed by? But you can seemingly hear Nolan's name being called and someone asking if Nolan was dead, someone encouraging Nolan to wake up, someone seeming shocked, and someone calling another person's name, indicating that person
Bart, I'm gonna say it,
may have been president in Mississippi at the time of the incident. So not only do you have the audio, you have the GPS tracking that's been released for one of the boats in particular, showing the different places that it went on July the 4th. So that has been the most significant thing, the audio. I do believe that there's been video footage produced that may have captured some kind of argument on the island on July the 4th, where someone is heard demanding that their phone be returned to them. We have had admissions that there was underage drinking on the island. I believe no one has tried to hide the fact that there was underage drinking, which is problematic because it is unlawful for individuals in Mississippi to ingest alcohol, drink alcoholic beverages if they're under the age of 21. It's also unlawful to buy or purchase or distribute alcohol to minors in Mississippi. At least it was when I was on the bench there. And I was on the bench from 2017 to 2024. And it was still unlawful at that point. So whoever provided this alcohol to these minors could potentially be held liable or found guilty in a court of law for contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Probably the same person that allowed them to have their pool party where alcohol was obviously being consumed, where you could see it lined up on the side of the pool, right? I think it was Wyatt's mother who allegedly allowed them to have the pool party at her house, and they obviously were doing some other things, as I've read to you guys, where they said that there was some type of drugs going on there, and that I think it was maybe Bart or one of the guys, Wyatt or Bart was trying to get some of the girls to indulge in that, and they didn't want to. So, kind of peer pressure to make everybody else get high along with them, probably. But you did see like cans of beer and stuff like that lined up on the side of the pool. And once they started getting too loud and belligerent, that's when the mother came out and told them they needed to leave or whatever. But you did allow them to party and drink on your property, and they were all underage. So, yeah, maybe that's the person about it, allegedly.
We still have not heard the names of the captains of the boats that were out there. Those captains had certain duties to those individuals that arrived on the island by boat and departed the island by boat. They had certain duties. And so the captains may have some civil liability, and it remains to be seen if they will be charged anyway criminally.
This is Judge Carlos Moore. Y'all in the chat going, oh my God, he's so fine. He's a nice looking guy. He is married, okay? He is married. But let's continue.
We still don't know the exact cause of death. The family did commission an independent autopsy in the last 30 days. We have found out the results of that autopsy, and the cause and manner of death were undetermined. Dr. Mitchell, the pathologist chosen by the family out of Washington, D.C., did state a note that there was some noted discoloration to the back of the head. And that could have indicated that he was hit or his head struck something. He could not rule that out. But we also noted that the throat was missing. They could not examine the throat, so we don't know. The examiner could not rule out strangulation because he did not have the throat to examine. So until he could examine himself, he could not rule that out.
Why do I feel like these things are intentionally being done? I feel like they're intentionally dragging this out. I feel like they're intentionally not sending things. Like if they're done with their autopsy and they're part of their investigation, why are they not sending these body parts to this other person who's doing this autopsy that they've requested, that Nolan's parents have requested, so that they can then do their, or continue to do their part of their autopsy, right? Because they couldn't complete it because certain body parts were left behind. So why, if they're done with that, why haven't those parts been now sent over? Why are they still holding that and saying they got to contact the VA? They're making it hard for them to do their part of the investigation. And I feel like people are being protected here. I'm sorry. I just got to say that. I feel like certain people are being protected because of who is involved, right? And they're arresting everybody except the people who should be fucking getting arrested. Yes, making threats to people, and I said it before, yes, that is a crime. Yes, that is something that you should look into. And if a person is making a threat and trying to threaten somebody's life or take them out, yeah, you should absolutely do something about it. But I feel like that's more a priority versus arresting the people who may have had something to do with Nolan's death at this point. They're more focused on people making threats. Shit, have they arrested anybody that threatened Nolan's parents? I haven't heard of that yet. I have not heard of it. And my ear has been to the streets since this shit popped off. I've not heard them arrest anybody that have made any threats towards Nolan's parents as of yet. But they arresting people for making threats towards Bart and Wyatt and all these other guys' parents. Like, let's keep going.
He also did not have access to the lungs to see if there was water in the lungs. There was some report, I believe, from the ranger that found Nolan Wells on July the 6th dead, that his body was not waterlogged, which if that's correct, you wouldn't expect to find water in the lungs. And
so if his body was not waterlogged, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a person who does autopsies, but clearly it means that his body did not wash up there. It was placed there, correct? If his body was not waterlogged, that means it did not, he wasn't dumped in the water and it just washed up there and he just stayed there until somebody found him. That means he was placed there. I'm not even an investigator and I know that.
And that is not consistent with a drowning. If he drowned, if he was alive and went into water and drowned, his lungs, I'm told, should be full of water. If he was already dead when he got into the water, his lungs would not be full of water. And so that's going to be a very significant piece of information that we're waiting to uncover. And so we do know that the state's autopsy is complete. And we do know that it was reported that the toxicology is even complete now. And that was sent to the Jackson County, I believe, Sheriff's Department and the Jackson County District Attorney. And they've had that since, I believe, Friday of last week. Still, we don't know what's the results.
So if everything is complete, toxicology is complete, autopsy is complete, why aren't we hearing anything? And I get anything. I get it that they're, sending everything over to the DA or whatever. Also, again, why haven't any of this other stuff from the person who's been doing the autopsies that's been very questionable, might I add, why hasn't she sent these things over, like I said, for the completion of Ben Crump and them's autopsy as well? Because the throat area is definitely essential in this case, because it could very much so point out that he could have been strangled, that he could have been, I told you guys, I feel like somebody came behind him and did this shit here and probably roughed him up and probably threw him against the boat. I'm just saying hypothetically tried to choke him out. He's probably trying to fight or whatever. His head kind of probably maybe hit the side of the boat. And then, that's probably why they were saying, oh my God, Bart. I'm just saying hypothetically. I'm just kind of, obviously he was on the boat. If they're talking to him, say, oh my God, Nolan, is he unalive? Like, Nolan, wake up. Is his chest moving? Like, obviously you wouldn't be talking like that about him or to him if he wasn't present. So it just gives that what they were saying is just not actual facts.
What are the results of the state commission conducted autopsy? So we do know that the Jackson County District Attorney still plans to present everything to a grand jury. We have no timeline on when things will be presented to the grand jury.
But what they're presenting to the grand jury is that factual information or some shit that's been made up, because I'm hearing that a lot of these deaths have been the same. Now, we just saw another black woman who was found hanging in a fucking tree down there in Mississippi, and now they're trying to rule it as suicide. And they ain't even completed an investigation. Right? They ain't even completed an investigation. And the same person who did Nolan Wells' autopsy, I hear, is going to be doing this person's autopsy. So are we going to get another undetermined? Are we going to get another no foul play? Because it's one of these right here instead of one of these. I feel like they don't give a fuck about black people in Mississippi. There, I said it, okay?
There continues to be a lot of discussion on social media about what could have happened, what some think happened on the island or in the water on July the 4th, July the 5th. But the evidence is still being collected. So we are left with so many.
All right, so we'll finish that. You guys have the link if y'all want to finish listening. Those are the findings that we have so far. I feel like they think that Nolan is just another black boy who just was missing or something that happened to him. And they're not going to make it a priority to find out what it is. I think that they're upset that so many eyes are on this case that's kind of forcing them to have to do something and investigate this case like they're supposed to be doing any fucking way. I think that the sheriff was hella irritated by the news lady who walked up to him and was questioning him and asking him questions. I think that they just want this situation to go away and die down, but it's not dying down like they want it to, and it's irritating them, right? So I feel like they're intentionally keeping things private. I feel like they're intentionally not talking about it. They're intentionally not going as hard as they can in this case. They're intentionally keeping Nolan's parents in the dark about things because they don't want to solve this case, because who may be directly connected, because I told you guys, judges, lawyers, attorneys, doctors, they all run together. They're all friends. They're all connected. It's a direct conflict of interest already for certain people to probably be on this case any fucking way. But the way, these backwoods counties and states actually work, it's just they're not going to do what they need to do, I feel. And it's irritating, right? Nolan's parents deserve to get justice in this case. And I don't want this to keep going like the Shanquilla case. That's what it's given. This is like Shanquilla's case all over again. So-called friends meeting up somewhere to have a good time and somebody's life is taken. Nobody wants to take accountability. If you're a friend, you're going to go hard to cooperate and find out what the fuck happened to this person, because as your friend who you didn't go to their fucking funeral to pay your respects, you sat at home and want to talk about somebody's threatening you, but you were seen out at a fucking Waffle House and McDonald's and you went everywhere else, but you scared to go pay your respects. Nah, nigga, I feel like your conscience was eating your ass up. That's what I feel. And I'm going to stand behind that and send a lawsuit over here. And it's going to be like that. All right? That's just because I'm entitled to my opinion. All right? The amendment tells me I am. So fuck off. All right? Let's get into this bullish right here. Because I ain't even want to entertain it. But now that I'm mad, let's talk about it. Shit. I'm mad. Every time I talk about Nolan's case, I get mad. I'm fucking mad because I feel like they're intentionally not doing nothing. So shout out to ATM News. Warren Hudson's father shares audio of threats that his family allegedly received. Now, why you ain't sharing nothing else? It's amazing how y'all got all this shit in y'all phone and Nolan phone wiped clean. Who did it? Because the last person that was said to have had his phone was Wyatt. Your son said that Wyatt took the phone out of the boat and put it in his truck. So from the boat to the truck, who deleted some shit out his phone? Because Nolan's mom said he had several Snapchat, several TikToks, several social media posts, pictures, you name it. Text messages and all that. So how did his phone get wiped clean with nothing in it? A young 18-year-old boy who we all know 18-year-olds and under are always on social media, Snapchatting pictures and videos, you name it. Shit, I've seen several pictures and videos of Nolan on just social media alone. So I know he probably had millions of videos and pictures and whatever in his phone. So let's get into this bullshit. And I don't even believe this. I feel like this could be one of their friends doing this bullshit. But let's get into it. Said that Benjamin Hudson, the father of Nolan Wells' friend Warren Hudson, shared audio of some of the threats his family has received with the son Harold. Let's get into this mess.
Noah Wells, son for a son. Justice for Noah Wells, son for a son.
Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells, father of a murderer.
Don't try and run now, you. Your son is a and he's about to get all the way. Don't run now, you. Use a just like your. You guys are gonna get what the coming to you. I know he killed that little kid, man. You guys aren't. Your wife ain't racist.
Damn.
How can the father of somebody who murdered another person go and try to receive donations using the name of the murder victim?
Yeah.
You know what you've done. I'm 22 years old.
Justice for Noah Wells, son for a son. Justice for Noah Wells, son for a son.
I'm just a bit older than your son, Warren. I can't believe that I live in a world with people like you and your son. I can't believe that I live in a world with evil, racist, white people who then go and falsely claim that they praise God while living racist, evil, selfish, harmful lives while they take the lives of innocent people. God's light shines down for Nolan Xavier Wells. The truth will come out. And you are evil. You are evil to your root. You decide it. And I hope that you soon change, or that soon you face every pain that you've brought upon other people. I hope that your son faces that same pain. I'm just a bit older than your...
That's not a threat, though. That's just a person just kind of speaking how they feel. They say, I hope your son experiences pain. That's not saying that I'm going to inflict pain upon you. A threat would be, I'm going to do something, right? That's not a threat. That's just them talking about how they feel. They're upset about Nolan's death, and they're saying that what you did, you deserve to, whatever karma that comes your way, then that's just what it is. That's not them saying they're going to directly do something to you. That would be a threat.
Than your son, Warren. I can't believe that I live in a world with people like and the pain that he brought through his racist actions and continues to bring through his racist actions. You have raised your son to be a racist, heartless person who has taken the life of another person. And God, I hope that you burn in hell for it.
That's her opinion. To say you wish somebody burned in hell, that's not a threat. That's not a threat.
What the happened to Nolan Wells? Answer. What the is wrong with your son and his group of friends? Answer. White y'all deserve death. Like what? Instead of saying the truth and giving the family closure, you want to lawyer up? Or die.
They cussing them the hell out. Damn.
Hey, you dumb. How does it feel to know that your son is a murderer? Your son and his friend murdered this young man.
And the pain that he brought through his rape.
But you know what? Justice is coming. And their day is coming also. So I hope you guys sleep good at night knowing your son is a murderer. And the world is going to know that he's a murderer.
And Nicole's son is a murderer and deserves to die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Ain't no
But you know what?
Yikes. So they're saying that these are some of the calls that they've received. Some of those are not threats. Those are just their opinions, and people are hurt, obviously, by this. Is Nolan's case is gone worldwide now. People across the water know about this fucking case. So a lot of people are hurt. They don't even know this young boy. They just know he was, he was unalived by people who he called friends, or they think was it that way. They think that he was unalived by someone that he called a friend. And your son, okay, Benjamin Hudson, was one of the first people that ran and did an interview and sitting up there, not one tear, not nothing. I said before, if one of my friends, if something horrific like that happened, I ain't gonna be able to go back to the scene that quick. I ain't gonna be able to sit up and talk about it a couple weeks after without any type of emotion. Like, you didn't even stop the interview one time and say, hold up, I'm kind of getting choked up just thinking about Nolan. Just talking about him is just bringing out these emotions. Like, you didn't even do that. Y'all didn't even send no flowers to Miss Christine to say, hey, we can't come because we're receiving all these death threats, but here's some flowers. Here's a donation. Here's something. Then I feel like the $50,000 that this man on my screen gave, if we can call him that, I don't even feel like to find out what happened to him. I feel like you knew that your money won't nobody gonna take that money. Probably your son go get the money. All right. I just don't feel like it was genuine. It's not giving genuine when it comes to these people in terms of saying that they were Nolan's friends. I just don't see it. And then y'all create your own fucking GoFundMe and you use Nolan's name in order to garner sympathy for people to pay y'all money. Y'all trying to raise $200,000 to go after the people trying to find out what the fuck happened to Nolan. That tells me everything I need to know. Fuck y'all getting threats. That shit gonna come because your son was there with Nolan when something happened to him. So people obviously are going to see your son as the suspect. Even if he didn't do anything, if he saw something and he didn't say nothing, that directly makes him a suspect. He didn't have to touch Nolan. If there was a fight and he stood back and watched it, recorded it, and he know who put hands on Nolan or unalived him, and he didn't go to the police because he want to protect his friends, he automatically becomes a suspect. Period. Somebody knows something and they're not saying anything. And it's weird to me, when everything started coming out about Nolan being missing, y'all immediately start shutting shit down, deleting stuff, and lawyering up, and nobody even accused y'all of shit. Innocent people don't do that. Innocent people don't do that. Right? Innocent people don't do that. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay, because I didn't hear a threat in there. I just heard people saying you're going to burn in hell for that. That's not a threat to say you're going to burn in hell. All right, so I'm going to save this other piece, and I don't want to stay on this Nolan thing too long. Let's move along because I got to get it moving. Thank God I'm working half a day today. So I can kind of take my time a little bit. But let's get into this next thing. I wanted to read off what Bart's mother had to say. Because now she's trying to say her son didn't have nothing to do with it. Let's get into it. Shout out to Nicole Everything. Bart's mom has stepped in the chat, child. All of them are speaking out now. Everybody was mute, deleting shit. Oh, we're not speaking on anything. Now y'all doing more talking than anybody. So Bart's mother has some words regarding her son and the pool picture. All right, let's get into it. So Beth, Miss Beth, what is her name? And Edenston. Let's get into it. Jacqueline Price. So she's adding someone. That circle picture is not my son. Said you are stirring the pot by reposting things that are not factual, and you have manipulated words. Said that he said that he has not been in past Christian in a year, which is where that picture was taken. Said that he was clarifying that he was not present there. Said that he never said that he was not in Mississippi, and I have a screenshot of it. If you, and then that's covering that. Not sure why they put that there. All right, let's skip down. Said that Nolan declined going on because he wanted to stay behind. That's hearsay. You weren't there, ma'am. Your son was there. So they're telling you what they want you to know, and you're regurgitating that, which that's hearsay. You can't even testify in court because you wasn't there. So let's move on. Said that the audio that you are referring to is not as you guys see. Well, what is it? Because we hear, damn it, Bart. Right, we hear people calling in a sinking boat only for their grandfather to cancel the entire call to say ain't shit wrong with my boat. So it's given that y'all tried to create an alibi that didn't go the way you thought the shit was gonna go. The person that was on the phone, Mr. Wyatt, you didn't sound in distress at all. You sounded, I'm gonna tell you what you sound. You sound distracted because whatever was going on the boat sound to be a little bit more important in terms of what you were talking about on the fucking phone, right? It didn't sound like you were focused on no boat sinking. I didn't hear people screaming in the background about no boat, but I did hear people screaming in the background about Nolan, wake the fuck up. I did hear that. So for you to say that we're perceiving this video to be something that it's not, bitch, get out of here. All right? And please shut the door when you leave. So let's get into it. Said that they were panicking and creating a plan to get the boat saved from sinking. Oh, they was creating a plan, all right. Yeah, they were creating a plan, all right. So they were creating a plan to get the boat saved from sinking. Well, the grandfather said no, because he canceled that call. Wrong answer. Said that the newest news has been reported that Nolan was seen on the island after the two boats left. That's alleged. And there are pictures from my son's boat of the boat about to be towed. And clearly Nolan is not on that boat. How do you know? Were you there? Again, hearsay. So for all you internet investigators, now I'm going to take that personal because I'm investigating too, say that your plot to accuse my child of something is not warranted, and it'll come out sooner than later that he did not harm Nolan. Do we know who did? Right? And believe me, those who slander his name without warranted, that don't make no sense, will be held accountable. So now she want to up and try to lawyer up. Well, ma'am, let me just say this. If your son knows about anything that could have happened on that very day, because he was said to be on that boat because his name was called, Bart's name was called. Damn it, Bart. So what were they saying that for? Bart's mom, what's your name? Beth Edenston. Why were they calling your son's name if he wasn't there? Why were they referring to your son if he wasn't on the fucking boat? Like, get out of here. Get out of here. And that audio is from the sea tow captain. So we ain't even gonna say that that's AI or some shit that was made up. All right. You just mad because now shit is starting to come out. So save all of that, ma'am. Go and save that novel that you wrote for somebody else. We don't want to hear that shit. All right. Moving right along. Everybody want to lawyer up and try to scare people into being quiet. Ain't nobody scared of that shit. We're going to keep talking about it like we're talking about any other case. We're going to keep talking about it like we're talking about Shanquilla's case. We're going to talk about it like we're talking about Carmelo's case. All right? And if you don't like it, I don't give a hot damn. Oh, well, scratch your ass and climb a tree and climb your ass right back down, and I'm going to still be talking about that shit. All right, moving right along. Shout out to the North Carolina Beat. Amani Green, formerly known as Dejanay Jackson, okay, the one who was seen attacking Shanquilla Robinson in the infamous video, Stonewall Shanquilla Robinson's death question. She's still trying not to answer questions in this case, but Shanquilla's parents are still pushing. Her attorneys is on Imani Green, aka Dejanay Jackson's ass. Thank God. You ain't getting out of this. You done changed your name, moved to another state, and they still on your ass. You man-face hell for you. You another man-face one with your big-ass nose. Big-ass nose, your man-face ass hell for. Yes, I'm saying. I ain't got no chill for y'all asses today. Let's get on it. According to the North Carolina Beat, Salamander Robinson, which is Shanquilla's mother, is not playing no games. Said that the grieving mother of Shanquilla Robinson has filed a motion to compel in Mecklenburg County Superior Court against Imani Green, aka Dejanay Jackson, the woman formerly known as Dejanay Jackson, demanding that she finally answer the question she's been ducking for years. She should have been locked up. because she is seen on video attacking Shanquilla, which ultimately contributed to her demise. So that alone, you were attacking her. You should have been arrested just on that alone. Okay, and then to find that Shanquilla passed away shortly after that attack, ma'am, you're a suspect. Sorry. So you should have been locked up. I'm not sure why she's not being locked up for just the attack, the assault that we saw on video. That was your man-faced, musky, funky wop ass on the video swinging off on Shanquilla, and she was not trying to be up and fighting you, trying to block these licks, and you was punching her like a fucking man. Yes, you were. All right, let's continue. You lucky I wasn't there, because that fight wouldn't have went the way you thought it would have. All right, Shanquilla, you wouldn't want to fight her, but I'd have stomped her out for you. And I'm going to say that right here. And no, I do not promote violence all the fucking time. But in that situation, girl, okay, I'd have been that one friend that would have been ride or die for you. Gang, gang. All right, so according to the filings, Green was served with detailed interrogatories, all right, that is a word, and request for production months ago. It says that she was supposed to answer by August the 3rd, that was this week, a few days ago. Instead of responding, her side is trying to stall the entire case, like she's been doing all this time, right? So the questions she does not want to answer are the same ones the public has been asking since day one. Said, what exactly did you do during that fight inside the villa? Well, we saw that in the video, right? You had her by the hair, you were swinging and hitting her in the face and snatching her around, okay, which probably contributed in her neck being broken, because that was one of the things that was said in her autopsy, that she did have a fractured neck. Said, what social media posts, videos, and video messages did you delete after Shanquilla died? All of them. Said, who planned the trip? Who paid for what? It was said that Shanquilla planned and paid for, and they were supposed to, I guess, pay on the back end. So maybe that's why you were so mad, because they were saying that there was a conversation where all the girls were in a room talking, and Shanquilla was coming down the hallway, and when she walked in, everybody stopped talking, which ultimately means you talking about me, right? If y'all are talking and y'all into the conversation laughing and kikiing, and I walk in the room and y'all stop talking and look at me, bitch, y'all talking about me, right? So another question she was said to answer was, what happened in those final hours? So she's been mute and never cute about this situation and not wanting to talk about it. So let's continue. The North Carolina Beat was the first to identify the travel companions and publish their photos. So shout out to you guys for that. Green changed her name, as we all know. She has stayed mostly silent, which we also know. And now she's refusing to answer under oath, while the mother of a young woman who never came home from Cabo is still fighting for answers. This motion to compel could force her hand. If the judge grants it, Green may finally have to respond or face sanctions. She should be facing jail time. Okay, assault is a crime. If you go out here and assault somebody and they call the police on your ass, or there's an open case where someone passed away after that said assault, your ass is definitely going to be the first suspect. And it's weird to me why they have not just arrested her on that alone, right? With her ass sitting in jail and they braiding her ass, she got to get them fish shoulders sitting between somebody's legs when they wash their ass in a few days. Oh, you're going to get to talking. When they get to beating your ass up in there, the same way you did Shanquilla and dragging you all across the jail, oh, you'll get to talking, right? But I really want you to be locked up in a Mexican jail, because I hear how they get down over there. All kind of burritos up your ass over there. So yeah, that's what your ass need. Let's continue. Shanquilla Robinson was 25 years old. She was a business owner and a daughter. I feel like they were jealous of her because she had coins when she went over there. All right, she was a businesswoman doing her own thing, and these broke heifers took their broke, busted ass, man-faced asses over there on her dime. All right, years later, her mother is still in court fighting the people who were with her that weekend. And we should not be, what are we going, 4 years? Going on 5 years now that Shanquilla was unalived by this bitch on my screen, and they have done nothing about it. No extradition, no jail time, no nothing. And she's able to hop to a whole nother state, avoid accountability, change her name and everything like nothing ever happened. Like, you do not get to move on with your life after you unalive somebody. Sorry. We're going to stay on your ass too, all right, with your man-faced ass. Moving right along. All right, there's a new show alert. Oh, yes, baby. She was mute and never cute. She sure as hell was. I damn sure did say it. Mute and never damn cute. All right? Oh, pickle nose ass. Let's move along. Shout out to 300 watching me. Oh, they got me hot in here this morning. I'm mad. All right, so let's get into it. It looks like a new show is coming, you guys. Royce, we get to see Royce from Basketball Wives back on our TV screens. So there is a show called Ladies of Orange County, which is LOOC. It's coming to Fox Soul on August the 7th, you guys, of 2026, and Tubi soon. Do I have Tubi? I don't know. I have to see. So let's get into it. Okay. I think that's music. Let's keep going. All right, so these are the girls. Why I only recognize Royce? Sorry, I did not do my homework to find out who these other girls are. Maybe because I don't care like that, but we recognize Royce, and I'm happy to see that Royce is going to be back on our TV screen because I like Royce. All right. So Orange County, consider yourselves warned. The ladies are bringing the glam, the drama, and the conversations that you won't want to miss. Episode 1 will premiere Friday at 2:45. Episode 2 will premiere Friday at 5 p.m. All right. So this says stay tuned that we've got exclusive clips coming your way. So we're going to have to wait to see what happened. So Ladies of Orange County will be premiering again August the 7th of 2026. All right, that's today. All right, today. Shit. So yeah, so keep your and it will be on Tubi. This says soon. Fox News, Fox Soul, and Tubi. Let's see what it's saying down here. So Ladies of Orange County is a bold new reality series that follows a group of dynamic, let me pause this, of dynamic, successful women balancing business, ambition, friendship, family, and drama in the heart of Orange County. Real women, real lives, real everything. So you don't want to miss this. I might check it out because I do like Royce. All right. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know what y'all think, okay? So shout out to Royce for being on another show, Ladies of Orange County. We'll check it out if I have time. We'll see, because I got so many shows I'm behind on. Oh, my God. All right, so let's get into Portia. We're going to get into the reality TV portion of our show. Got to keep this show rolling, child, because y'all know when I get on one topic, I be on it a little too long. All right, so let's get into Portia saying that she is very much so hopeful, and she's going to try to use everything in her might to get Nene back on this damn show, honey. So Portia Williams and Cynthia Bailey ready for Nene Leakes to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta for her return after her Real Housewives of Atlanta Ultimate Girls Trip cameo. All right, we saw that. Let's get into what Portia had to say. Shout out to Jasmine Brown.
You helped bring Nene back into the fold after years of ups and downs for her. Yes. And fans are getting more of her than they think in this. Yes. So do you see a full-time return for her at Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I'm hopeful. I mean, whenever you think of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you always think of Nene Leakes. I will always have a soft spot for Nene. We have a lot of history. I love her.
I freaking wish. Like, if I don't know, I probably have the power of a mustard seed in this, but when I tell you I would love that, I really would. She's everything. She started this. Always pay homage to her. We could not have done this without Nene Leakes here for the 20th anniversary. It was just insane. I think everybody was just like super shocked.
You helped bring Nene back into the fold after
years. So the girls are saying, maybe Andy will listen and say, okay, yeah, let's go on and get her on there. Portia saying she's open. Y'all know Portia is currently the star of Real Housewives of Atlanta now and was last season as well. So maybe, Portia, she do have a little pull or whatever. She will be able to talk to the powers that be to go ahead and get Nene back on the show. She is needed. I'm going to be honest with you. That will help the ratings a lot because Nene reads the girls down. Nene checks the girls. Nene is that girl. Okay. She's great TV. So it sounds like she and Cynthia have mended fences because at one point they weren't even on speaking terms. So shout out to Cynthia for even speaking up as well. Cynthia is also an OG. Maybe she can, talk to NBC Universal. Andy, have a little meet and say, hey, Andy, maybe next season, let's, let Nene pop in on a few seasons or so. Cause it was already rumors that she was going to do it anyway. So I don't know. So shout out to Portia for sticking her neck out for Nene because Nene is coming back. She is definitely coming back. All right. So, do I want to talk about this anymore? I'm going to can this for my next video because I'm tired of talking about them. This whole fight between Portia and Shamil, I'm sick of them. I am sick of them. All right. Let's get into this clip right here with K. Michelle and Portia. Then we're going to move along, honey. Yes, honey, Nene is that girl, ain't she? If y'all go back and look at some of the old episodes with Nene on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she really was that girl. I'm sorry. And those are like some of the best shows, best episodes when Nene was on the show, right? Like she was checking everybody. Nobody was uncheckable when it came to Nene. All right, so let's get into it. Bravo TV, shout out to you. Portia wasn't prepared for K. Michelle's post. It said that the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion premieres Sunday. I can't wait, baby. I can't wait, and I am going to cover it. So when you see my thumbnail go up, baby, come on over because we about to act a fool. All right, let's get into it.
If I was bringing you into something and I know that someone was in the room that you had an encounter with, I would have said to you, hey, I don't know what y'all got going on, but that man is a messy bitch. And we see that.
When it comes to this man, he was never in the crossfire of us whatsoever. Like nothing. You don't know me at all. I was trying to get to know you.
How are you trying to get to know me?
And
you're having me sit around and you're dealing with a man.
Stop saying dealing with a man like you think she's saying dealing with black. Which K. Michelle am I talking to?
There's probably about 4. Let me pick which one.
There are more K. Michelles than that.
Let me ask you a question.
And I'm the one who goes online and says me in an interview.
Okay.
You're hurt by that?
I don't give a about it.
Oh,
what
so
I'm saying is,
let it go.
She's like, I'm still gonna keep my eye on her. I said, okay. So then I text you right away. And I said, Kay, please let me reiterate. I never meant to insult you. I never meant to hurt you. I would have never used miscarriage against you. You said, okay, girl, I'm so glad. Thank you for retelling me. Then your ass go right back online again. Like I said, bitch, she ain't almost die. Who the am I dealing with here?
If I was bringing you into something and I know that someone was in the room that you had an encounter with, I would have said to you,
thank you for retelling me. That is so, Portia is so messy to even be talking how K. Michelle be talking. That's what's making it funny, okay? Damn, these two right here. But what is so weird to me is when K. Michelle initially made her cameo and she and Portia filmed that scene together, like I want to say they were like at a coffee shop or a restaurant. K. Michelle made it seem like she and Portia went way back and they knew each other. So it's weird that Portia would now be saying, I'm trying to get to know you. Bitch, don't you already know her? Obviously, you know her enough for her to share some very personal information about her having a miscarriage and all these other things with you. I mean, it's weird. First you know me, then you don't know me. How you getting to know me when you already knew me? Let's play it again.
hey, I don't know what y'all got going on, but that man is a messy bitch. And we see that.
When it comes to this man, he was never in the crossfire of us whatsoever. Like nothing. You don't know me at all. I was trying to get to know you.
How are you trying to get to know me?
And
you're having me sit around and you're dealing with a man.
Stop saying dealing with a man like you think she's saying dealing with black. Which K. Michelle am I talking to?
There's probably about 4. Let me pick which
there
one.
are more K. Michelles than that.
Let me ask you a question.
And I'm the one who goes online and says me in an interview.
Okay.
You're hurt by that?
I don't give a about it.
Oh,
what
so
I'm saying is,
let it go.
You kind of do because you brought it up, Portia. When you said that K. Michelle said F you in an interview. If you didn't care about it, you wouldn't have mentioned it. Right? Next.
Like, I'm still going to keep my eye on her. I said, okay. So then I text you right away. And I said, Kay, please let me reiterate. I never meant to insult you. I never meant to hurt you. I would have never used miscarriage against you. You said, okay, girl, I'm so glad. Thank you for retelling me. Then your ass go right back online again. Like I said, bitch, she ain't almost die. Who the am I dealing with here?
If I was...
Yikes. As you guys can see, the reunion is going to be reunion, okay? And we will be there. All right, front and center, getting all of the messy clips so that we can break them down and laugh and go through all of them. All right, so as you guys can see, K. Michelle and Portia will be having a little back and forth, and I'm here for it, okay? Yes, it's gonna be tea. I hope it's a part 3. Because I don't think y'all can fit all of the shenanigans from this season in only 2 parts, Andy. I just don't. I feel like y'all need 3 parts to this reunion. But we'll see what it gives. All right, let's move along into Bell Collective. Then we're going to go because I ain't going to keep y'all too long. All right, damn. I'm tired and I still got work to do. Shout out to the 318 watching me, baby. All right, so these are deleted scenes from Bell Collective's reunion that we did not get to see, season 6, episode 19. All right, so new episode airs on Friday, 8/7 Central on OWN. Let's get into the mess. Shout out to Reality Entertainment TV.
48.
Hey, Cookie. Got it. How you feeling so far?
I'm feeling good, but I'm confused as hell. Because I thought you and Letitia, I know everything started off rocky. Everything started out rocky. Y'all been getting along. Y'all been doing so well and doing so good. And you so much you don't trust her.
I don't trust her. I don't trust Tisha far as I can throw her. And child, you know I can't throw her.
Damn, that's some shade.
So Trust it. No, ma'am. She's been too shady too many different times, and I have constantly let her back in. She let me down again. Like, it's just been an ongoing cycle. Hell, my husband even tell me, he be like, you a damn fool. Tisha just gonna snake you again. So I just, no, I don't trust
I know you
her.
listen to your husband.
And it's okay. Baby, we're moving forward.
That's big coming from Cliff, because you know Cliff and Glendale are really good friends. Glendale, y'all know, is married to Letitia. So from what Cliff is trying to tell Latrice is like, stop allowing this girl to play in your damn face and keep snaking you. That's an old man's old man quote. But yeah, stop allowing her to snake you. She keeps showing you that you can't trust her, and she keep being on the same bullshit. Like, why you keep letting her back in your circle, your space? Like, damn, how many times do a person have to show you who they really are?
Just being cordial.
And you and Kara need to move forward.
Kara, look,
I didn't know you was that bad about that damn picture.
Yes, now how you gonna post my husband first before me?
Kara's a funny lady. I don't know if she really be serious.
See, after Kara did that to me, I said, we always be talking about Kara's so funny, Kara's so cute. Kara know what the hell she be doing. No, it's always something. So now I'm seeing what they talking about with the flip-flop.
Yeah, but so far,
I'm telling y'all about Carrie. Carrie be on that bullshit, and then she be trying to act like, what I do? Bitch, everything.
I think everything's going good.
Girl, Marie still mad about the doggone, she just picked them followers. She is.
Okay, what did you say? What was your answer?
I just said, for me, I can't see
Selena's makeup is giving. Come on.
Somebody having 900
followers.
Now,
going to.
I can't see somebody having 900 followers to, I don't know what she got right now. What does she have?
I think it was over 400.
I can't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Just being cordial.
Somebody is buying some followers. How you go from 900 to 400,000? Baby, you spend a lot of money on them followers.
400.
I can't see that. That's just unheard of.
So they're saying that Carrie had 900 followers and she jumped up to 400,000 followers. She trying to be a part of the crew. Damn.
To me.
Well, we gonna let Marie stick to her story, honey. She have no reason to buy followers. Yes, girl. I don't know, but we gonna.
So how you think the rest of the reunion gonna
go? Girl, it feels like something's brewing. I don't know what it is, but it feels like something brewing. And we have a long day ahead of us.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see you out here. Love you, Pookie. See,
these two right here been friends since Fred and Barney Rubble been on our TV screens, right? They've been friends for a minute, so it's not weird that the two of them will be kind of talking about how the reunion might go and how they gonna, kind of move on stage when it comes to these girls. I feel like Latrice is really not that cool with Marie, especially Carrie, and especially Letitia as well, because Letitia kind of be flip-flopping as well, and she thinks that people supposed to bow down and kiss her ass because she kind of spoke up for people to be on the show. But girl, get over yourself, all right?
See right here.
400.
I can't see that.
What do y'all think? So that's a deleted scene from Bell Collective. All right. I do like Latrice sometimes. Latrice be tripping sometimes, but I have been a huge fan of Selena since she was on Bring It. Okay, so shout out to them. Any other deleted scenes that I run across, I will share here. But the reunion appeared to be pretty good. I still have not finished watching it for Bell Collective, but as we get more news, we will definitely share with you guys. All right, we're gonna get on out of here because I gotta go. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today because we had a lot of great topics. Shout out to my top flight mods, Rose Armstead, Truth TV Podcast, and Tiffany Thomas. Thank y'all for modding and doing an awesome job. Thank you to all of my content creators who joined in the chat as well as in the bushes. Yes, child, since Fred and Bonnie Rubble, baby. Who else? Oh, thank you to all of my, you say you don't trust Latrice. Latrice is kind of hit or miss. All right, she hit or miss. Sometimes she all right, and then sometimes you're like, girl, what? Side eye. But thank you guys so much for being here. All my Caramellians for supporting the channel. Please don't forget to keep liking this video, hype up this video. Please comment because I do respond to all comments, okay? And please keep your notifications on so you guys will know when I go live. Sometimes I just do a pop in right quick, especially if it's some breaking news or something like that you guys need to know. You say you don't like Marie. Marie is a hot ass mess sometimes too. What else? Oh, and let's see. We're going to get on out here. Please check me out on all publications on the Caramel Rail. Check us out on our backup channel, the Rails World. And also, it was something else I wanted to say. I forgot. Anywho, doesn't matter right now. We're gonna get on out of here until the next video. Bye. I'll see you guys for midday pop-in. Love you guys. Bye.
Hey.